What up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my podcast and my YouTube fam for supporting me where you've been listening in or watching my videos. Now, you're part of my podcast family, or you like what you're listening to, go ahead and go to my YouTube channel. And, don't forget to put Tasha C TV. Don't forget the TV part, and vice versa, my YouTube fam. And, or if you're liking what you're hearing and you want to be part of it, go ahead and also hit subscribe. But also, if you want to know about where I have my podcast, look in the description and also follow speaker below. Okay, y'all. This is not going to be it's probably going to be a little bit shorter. It's almost 11 o'clock p.m. And I'm going to use, again, this is our Kings and Queens Volume 14. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Singles Days. Happy Love Day. Whether you love yourself or you got a Valentine or so forth. Or just, it ain't got to be you have to have a significant other in order to have a happy Valentine's Day. Okay? And also, happy birthday. I know, of course, they won't be listening to the living legend singer from Detroit, Michigan, Joel A. His birthday is today. He's a Valentine. So also, happy Valentine's Day / happy birthday to people who are Valentine's babies or, who just got here. So, like I said, I was going to do, of course, a couple of Black history facts. And since today's another day where I'm deciding, I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know if I'm going to be honest with y'all the way it's going. Depending how I feel, I may just for a while, I don't know if I'm going to do it until the 29th, whatever, just have my bonus video / podcast be connected only just doing the our Kings and Queens next door videos. So this is day 130 of my 363 video journey. If y'all do not know, if y'all listen to previous videos and or / podcasts, it's just number the series I made October 8th for my birthday last year and plan on finishing this year. So the last couple of days, I kind of somewhat took off from doing like a podcast. And, usually with just your story time and or entertainment. So, and I've been, doing the Black History Facts podcast as well, where I just, talk about a couple Black History Facts and, and so forth. So, I'm just going to do something a while. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoy your day. Heck, it's almost midnight here in an hour. So, I want to go ahead and put this here so this could be uploaded before midnight, so I'm not going to talk as long, even though usually they use my podcast for this series is usually like 30, no more than like 20 and maximum 30 minutes, but I plan on going ahead. I'm going to go to Instagram and just maybe talking about 5 Black history things. I don't think I'm going to going here. But here, speaking, first I'm going to Instagram Black Facts Online, because again, the late great legend, I'm going to talk about Gregory Oliver Hines. And if he was still living today, he's also a person whose born day is February 14th. So let's get started. Gregory Oliver Hines was a renowned actor, dancer, singer, and choreographer born February 14, 1946 in New York City, New York. Hines' passion for tap dancing originated as a result of this long-standing tradition in the family, given that his father, Maurice Robert Hines, was also a professional tap dancer. He began cherishing this art at the tender age of 2, and by the age of 5 was performing on a semi-professional basis in nightclubs and local bars. Initially a duet, Hines, together with his brother, streamrolled an ingenious venture of tap dancing known as the Hines Kids, occasionally performing in many famous venues in New York. After furnishing their skills under the tutelage of Henry Valentine, Howard Sims, and the Nicholas brothers, the group's name officially changed to the Hines and Dad in 1963 after Gregory's father joined him alongside his brother. Hines' Broadway debut commenced in 1954 with The Girl in Pink Tights. However, it was only in the late 1970s and the 1980s when he internationally known as a stand-up Broadway personality. He was nominated for a Tony Award for Emperor in 1979, coming Coming Uptown 1980, and Sophisticated Lace 1981, while winning for Jelly Last Jam 1992. Okay, continue reading here. Okay. Let's see if their website, because I like their sites facts, but you have to go like to the website to finish their story. So let me see if I can find it. If not, if y'all have time, then you just have to like go to the site itself. But just a little brief description about him. So I'll just go back to the thing because I couldn't instantly find them. Okay, like I said. All right, like I said, also, but this is just OLMCAC, and also there is also for more information. Okay, remembering the legendary dancer Gregory Hines would have been his 74th birthday, and they just have the same information, which is February 14, 1946. Gregory Hines, the dancer, actor, and choreographer, was born in New York. He died on August the 9th, 2003 at age 57. Okay, God rest his soul. Okay, now, also, let's see here. Well, let's talk about like this, another Black History Month. This is from GreenTeamLive.com, and this is actually the first solo black cover for Playboy, Doreen Stern. If I'll try to see if I can section off real quick stuff that has to do with love and stuff today, Now, one day back in the 70s, okay, let's see here. Okay, hashtag. Okay, Doreen Stern was born November 16, 1947 in Chicago, Illinois. Her family was a part of the Great Migration. One day back in the 70s, a man came into the bank where Darling was working as a teller, complimented her looks, and asked if he could take her picture. She agreed. The man would just happen to be a photographer, and he brought those photos to the attention of the Playboy editorial team. Darlene became the first solo black female to grace the cover of Playboy magazine. For their October 1971 issue, the cover was a one-way hit and an estimated 6 million copies in print. Okay. Now let's see here. Like I said, sorry, y'all. Okay. Now, here I talked about earlier about at the Oscars the short animated film that was called Black Love. Hair Love. I meant to say, and it talked about a black father, like doing his black daughter's hair, and it won an Oscar, like I said. So, I wanted to talk about brief. I do follow the man who's the creator of this animation that was originally, I think, a book and turned now to this short animation. And okay, it's Beyonce. Okay, Baygood. Okay, all right. This is a Park Underwood Entertainment, I think, with associating with a Beyonce about his series article, but I wanted to go ahead and read the brief history about it because he's a part of Black History. Okay, currently? Okay, it has been quite a journey for former NFL wide receiver turned filmmaker Matthew A. Cherry. The director, producer, and writer is a newly minted Oscar winner. His NFL career included time on several teams, including the Jacksonville Jaguars, Cincinnati Bengals, Carolina Panthers, and Baltimore Ravens. In 2007, Cherry retired from football and headed to Los Angeles, California to pursue a career in entertainment. His first Hollywood assignment was as a production assistant. He worked on over 40 commercials and then as a director on over 20 music videos, including the work with Parkwood Entertainment on videos for Beyonce and Chillo and Holly. Since his introduction into the entertainment world, he has been an unstoppable force. He wrote and directed independent films Last Fall in 2012 and Nine Rides in 2006. A true innovator with Nine Rides, Cherry is perhaps the first director to shoot a feature film entirely on the iPhone. Inspired by videos of black fathers leveling yet hilariously styling their daughter's hair, he launched a Kickstarter campaign in 2017 to fund what he and co-producing Karen Rupert Tolver polished into a brilliant animated short film. The campaign blew through its initial goal of $75,000 and raised over $300,000, breaking the record for the highest amount raised on that platform for a short film. On February 9, 2020, with Rupert Tolver Cherry received the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film for Hair Love, the story of a dad's struggle to do his daughter's hair while her mom is in the hospital. The 6 minutes and 48-second film is magical, celebratory, and honest. It was critically acclaimed long before the Oscar nomination and win, and continued the discussion on the history of hair in the black community. Jerry touched on that ongoing conversation in his acceptance speech. Hair Love was done because we wanted to see more representation in animation, he said. We wanted to normalize black hair. We hear you, Matthew A. Cherry, and we are excited to keep watching your journey. Definitely dope. Okay. Well, I mean, that word did have to do something to do with love. Like I said, I brought up yesterday that it was Happy Black Love Day yesterday. Okay, so here we're going to talk about on page Support Black Art and talk about another artist. How many minutes, like I said, ago? It was already 11:03. So I may do another one after this and then call it a night. Marvin Johnson was born in 1896 and passed away in 1934. The youngest member of the Harlem Renaissance artists was born in Greensboro, NC, North Carolina. Johnson migrated to New York with his family at an early age. He studied at the National Academy of Design, where he was influenced by French Impressionism and Cubism. Known for the dignity with which he portrayed African Americans, he produced some of the most celebrated images not in New York but in Virginia. In 1928, Johnson's best-known work, Swinging Low, Sweet Chariot, received the top prize at the Harmon Foundation annual exhibit. Roll was entered in the 1931 competition. The press praised Johnson's spiritual paintings as evidence of black artists' potential to make a distinctive contribution to American culture. In 1934, Johnson used the funding he had received from the Works Progress Administration's Public Works of Art project to return to his native South and recorded the daily lives of African Americans there. As in his urban scenes, Johnson painted his subjects performing Minstrel's tasks with grace and vitality. Alan Locke praised Johnson for his ability to capture the cynical humor and mystical desolation in the moods of black better than other artists. Richardson and fellow artist Malvin Gray, Johnson planned to say more about the history and the promise of black people in their mural series Negro Achievement, slated to be installed in the New York Public Library's 105th Street branch, but neither lived long enough to complete the project. After Johnson's sudden illness and death in November 1934, Richardson continued to work on their mural project. But within a year, he too was dead, ill with fever and heartbroken over the death of Johnson, who had been his lover. Richardson leaped from his fifth-floor apartment and died, of his injuries in December 1935. His death occurred just a few months before his Virginia scenes were to be exhibited in a solo exposition at the Cynic Studio and on the heels of the competition of a documentary film sponsored by the Harlem Foundation that addressed obstacles faced by Johnson and other American artists. Okay, it's continuing the comments. So let me go to the last part. When Johnson died at the height of the Harlem Renaissance, stunned friends and critics mourned the loss of one of the most influential and promising African-American artists of the era. Unfortunately, many museums and galleries did not prioritize African-American art in the 1930s. Misplaced or lost, Johnson's work shortly after his death. Only 60 works, primarily watercolors and oils, are known to exist today. Johnson's work is held in the collections of museums nationwide, including the Smithsonian American Art Museum, Hampton University of Art, and Amistad Research Center. Wow. Okay, that was kind of sad. Okay, Marvin Johnson, Gray. Okay. That ended up sad. Alright, let me see. I'm choosing. I got a lot of them I can choose from without even having to go to the website. But, let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead to Black History. This is going to be my last one of the night. Okay. Mick Jackson plays on the xylophone in 1967. I'm just looking at the pictures because Black History usually, like I said, has pictures and it'll have a description sometimes about the person and even sometimes the date and location in here. Okay. He was born Milton Jackson on this day, January 1st, 1923, in Detroit, Michigan. A jazz musician, he was the first and most influential xylophone imposter of the post-war modern jazz era. Characterized by a slow vibrato than his predecessors, Milt Jackson's ability to swing and create vocal-like inflections made him an instantly recognizable sound on the vibes. Another jazz musician whose earliest experience was in the church, he sang gospel duets with his brother and played a guitar. At age 11, he began playing the piano, moving to the xylophone in the vibes in his early teens. After studying music at Michigan State University, his musical career actually began with touring gospel ensemble in the early 1940s. Upon hearing him in Detroit, Dizzy Gillespie arranged for Jackson, known by his nickname Bags, to come to New York in 1945 to join his band. After leaving Gillespie's pioneering bebop band in 1948, he went on to play with Howard McGee, Thelonious Monk, Tad Demerton, and Charlie Parker, applying the bebop sounds to the vibes. He was a co-founder of the modern jazz quartet MJQ, which was his principal performance vehicle during 1952 to 1974, and he sequentially played in numerous MJQ reunion tours. A fluent player with compelling swing, who conceived in long lines of 8th and 16th notes, Jackson created an original style out of bebop's advanced harmonies and irregular accenting. By manipulating his vibrato speed, he achieved a unique depth and beauty of expression on the xylophone, a traditionally cold instrument, adding a special warmth to his playing of ballads and medium-tempo blues. Jackson brought his musical settings a highly developed sensitivity to balance and contrast, which made much of his playing with the MJQ muted when compared to his aggressive work in his own groups. He could continue to tour and record in the 1990s. One of his last recordings with jazz legend Oscar Peterson and Ray Brown, with whom Jackson had formed a very tall band years earlier. And that is all, ladies, just everybody, all people, that I'm saying good night, God bless, hug and loves to everybody, positive vibes, and enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy starting your weekends, or if y'all already started your weekends. And see y'all in Volume 15 tomorrow.